Welcome to Two for Artists, where we're poor at entering eternity's gate on Christmas, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name is Benj.
And my name is Isaac. And yes, it's true. We are poor at entering eternity's gate at this festive time of the year. I'm guessing that means we're poor at dying this time of year?
I would hope so.
Like, we've succeeded thus far at staying alive.
Yeah.
But, that's not the reason we mention eternity's gate, because that's oddly morbid. You want to know what's more morbid?
We're picking something weirder.
So here's the deal. Here's the thing. You all have been flustered at the sudden change of being able to hear out of both ears, those of you with earbuds, at our videos, because we finally made the change after many a complaint to make our intro and the first beginnings of our video, audible in both sides of the head.
Because people were like, it's weird that I can only hear with my left ear.
Yes, but here's the thing. There was a good, solid, wholesome reason why we didn't, allow you to hear out of one ear. And that has to do with our ancestry. You see, Benj and I...
Which ear did you cross out?
I crossed off the right ear.
Okay. I guess I was looking at it upside down.
It's hard because... But here's the thing. Benj and I both share a common ancestor. Not many people know this. But we recently discovered, and by recently I mean our parents told us at birth, that our great-great-grandfather, both of us, separately, but also the same, is Vincent van Gogh. That's right, folks. We are related to probably the most famous artist of all time. And what is he most famous for? You might say his art, his, sunflowers, his water lilies, his, because that was totally him. But mostly what he's famous for is the fact that he cut off his ear and mailed it to a woman.
Yeah.
Which
isn't entirely true.
It's not. It's time to clear.
Cut off his ear.
It's time to clear the air about great-great-grandpappy Van Gogh, because so many people give him a bad rap for mailing his ear to a woman of ill repute, which is just false information.
Yeah,
he did not.
It wasn't much better, but it is a little bit better.
So let's first and foremost just accept that we cut off one ear from the audio for all of our viewers in honor of our shared ancestor.
Yes, that's the reason. So all of you people asking, oh, what's the reason? Because clearly, you guys wouldn't make a mistake.
We wouldn't have made an...
You wouldn't make an audio... you wouldn't...
It's not due to our poor audio recording skills.
Yeah, there's no way it would be.
It's our shared ancestry of a famous one-eared artist.
It definitely isn't because we have a box that has two chords, but we decided to instead put a splitter on it and use only one of them.
It has nothing to do with it.
That would be dumb.
That would be foolish. It would be...
That doesn't even make sense.
It does not. So
it clearly was on purpose, and this is the reason.
Because of
and
ancestry.
All know.
Well, here's the thing about great-great-grandpappy Van Gogh, right? He's a misunderstood man. He didn't cut off his ear and mail it to a woman of ill repute.
No.
He cut off his ear and mailed it to a waitress that worked in the same place as... women of low moral character.
She had a surgery, and she needed to pay for it.
And what do? You wait tables. Nothing's changed in 150 years.
She also cleaned a place of ill reputation.
Oh, thanks for saying the whole word instead of repute. I just stopped at repute. The point is, he had one ear.
Yes.
And, just try to picture that for a second. If
also,
you can't,
some people think he may have only cut off the lobe. But according to the image that the surgeon that worked on his ear drew, it was the whole ear.
The whole ear. My parents I always grew up with my parents telling me that great-great-grandfather Van Gogh cut off the whole ear. Yeah, you might be wondering why our last names aren't Van Gogh.
Right.
And that's a good thing to wonder, It keeps some mystery in the story.
Like, why is my last name so clearly German?
And mine is Scottish, apparently.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't matter.
Question.
We're Dutch.
Mine's at least closer.
We're Dutch at heart.
Yeah.
And we both have both ears. We didn't inherit that because that's not an inherited trait, children.
That would be weird.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, you cut off your ears so your kids are all going to be earless.
That would be a strange thing to happen. But here, you don't want to hear all about, our shared heritage and earless folk. You want to hear about Christmas.
Yes.
That's clearly why you've turned in, right? You want to hear
And you also want to hear
about
why
the Yule.
Eternity's Gate has to do with Christmas or Van Gogh. Some of you may already know what Eternity's Gate has to do with Van Gogh.
Yes, because you hang out at museums with museum people. Those kind of people. The kind that wear blazers even though there's not a good reason. I imagine most of those people have the patches on the elbows. They have the top button buttoned as they stare into the eyes of the paintings and weep openly on Christmas Day. Like, if you're somebody who goes to a museum on Christmas, then you understand what we're talking about. For the rest of you who aren't weepy, At Eternity's Gate is a lesser-known painting by none other than Vincent van Gogh.
Yes.
In fact, he drew it in part as a Christmas painting.
It's also sometimes known as Sorrowing Old Man.
Yes, but that's so much.
Just in case that's so much you've heard.
That's so much. Yeah, if you're like, I've never heard of At Eternity's Gate, but Sorrowing Old Man I've got hanging above the toilets in the in the bathroom.
It's clearly a fireplace.
This is like it's like a guest bathroom picture. It's not one.
It's definitely not one though that like is where you would see it while sitting on the toilet.
No, you don't look at it. It's like if somebody ever walked in and you were sitting on the toilet with your head in your hands, they'd look at you, and they'd look up, and they'd see like
the same thing.
The same thing, basically, right? Because that's often, oftentimes people cry upon the pot.
It is the best crying spot.
It's the best I've found in a long time. But, just I'll clear this. Take a look at Eternity's Gate, the Vincent van Gogh Christmas masterpiece. Now, understand that this painting has been colorized.
Yes.
As we've gone over in 1954, color was first introduced to the United States, and unfortunately, this painting has fallen victim to that.
Yeah, because, maybe not immediately, but Dutch also got color.
Yeah,
later.
The point is it's in color now. So what you're looking at here isn't the way that Grandpappy Van Gogh originally drew it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, he did use paint.
It was probably squid ink paint.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that our ancestor wouldn't have gone so far off the rails.
It was oil, so it could have just been like pure black oil.
Black crude oil, on white canvas. That's the hope. But it's
been colorized, so you won't be able to find any non-colorized.
Let's dive into exactly why this is a Christmas painting, because I'm sure you at home looking at this thing are kind of wondering, like, what gives, man? It's definitely not Christmassy to me. It's more of a toilet hanging painting.
That looks like an old man crying.
And you would be right. But here's the deal. This painting, it's Christmassy, and I'll tell you exactly.
Are you going to read Van Gogh's words?
I will read Van Gogh's words. So he said in a letter to his brother Theo, great Uncle Theo, we don't talk about him much. He was all right. He kept all 651 letters that our great grandfather sent him, and in one of those letters, our grandfather of old.
Most of what we know from Vincent van Gogh is actually in those 651 letters.
It's actually true. But he said this. He said, "My intention with this portrait of an old man is to express the special mood of Christmas and New Year." So, that's just right off the bat. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the mood of Christmas and New Year?
I'm surprised. Like we're saying, like, you look at this and you don't think of Christmas. But, shouldn't you clearly,
obviously,
just look at this and immediately just feel Christmas?
Yeah, Vincent said, I was trying to say that one of the strongest pieces of evidence for the existence of something on high, in which Malay believed, namely in the existence of a God and an eternity, is the unutterable moving quality that there can be in the expression of an old man like that. Without his being aware of it, perhaps, as he sits so quietly in the corner of his hearth, at the same time something precious, something noble, that can't be meant for the worms. This is far from theology, simply the fact that the poorest woodcutter, heath farmer, or miner can have moments of emotion and mood that give him a sense of an eternal home that he is close to. So basically, great-great-grandpappy Van Gogh thought that if even a lowly worker, not an artist like himself and us, if even a lowly worker could have moments of emotion, there is no greater proof or piece of evidence for the existence of God.
Right. And Christmas is, of course, all about God coming.
Yes, indeed. It's all about Jesus.
So
if even a lowly, blue-collar worker could feel emotion, then clearly there must be a God.
Yes.
Because usually artists are the only ones that feel emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Or they paint something that forces the masses to feel amidst their
because look at this.
turmoil.
This is an old man looking at a painting feeling.
No.
He's feeling of his own accord.
He's feeling because
he's a lowly worker.
Oftentimes, let's be honest, if you weren't an artist like us, you'd probably feel like this, We don't ever feel like that.
Yeah, we never go to the toilet and cry.
We don't, but we oftentimes hear our friends that are lowly workers. We'll put our ear to the door and hear their sobs upon the toilet where this painting hangs in black and white. In the original, we've decolored it, uncolored it. We've
using pure squid ink.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, the point is, does this painting make you feel Christmassy, Benj?
Of course. Look at it. It's proof enough of Christmas.
See, it kind of makes me feel depressed, and I don't necessarily want to. That's not like the Christmas spirit. Sure, Van Gogh may have felt so as he sat in his asylum waiting for the sweet release that would come upon death, which is not Christmassy. That's the point. I'm feeling sad even saying that. Don't you feel, Benj? Benj might have more of the Van Gogh blood in him than I do. Wait, no. You have the common worker blood in you.
Yeah, common worker.
Yeah, sorry. I always get the fact is, we are going to take this title, At Eternity's Gate, and we are going to make it more Christmassy. Yeah. I know that seems hard.
And turn it into true art.
Like if you're getting the true meaning of this painting, you're already feeling awfully Christmassy. But we think we can do better than Van Gogh. That's what we're saying, Step aside, great-great-grandfather Van Gogh. It's time for your great-great-grandsons to take the helm, to steer the ship.
Using a real medium. In order to draw a real Christmas painting, but
before we do our drawing today, let me just take a minute to discuss an old pal of ours, Ben. Yes, Ben from Bevmo. It's no small thing when you're a YouTuber and you're out in the wild. You go to the store and you put up your hood and you put on your sunglasses and you're like, I hope I'm not mobbed by too many poor art fans today. But every once in a while, you're happy to run into someone out and about. And it happened just to me this week. I was at Walmart for a bit of Christmas shopping, and as I get out of my car and I'm heading into the store, who should pull up but Ben from Bevmo.
Such a great coincidence.
He's such a great man. He was so nice, even now, in the business. Because, some people get grumpy in the Christmas season.
Right.
They're out and about. They've been in Walmart with 10,000 other people pushing into. But no, he was pleasant. He rolled down his window. He shook my hand. He informed me of something quite shocking, though. He doesn't have the last name of at Bevmo. Ben from Bevmo. Like, it's not.
That's not his name.
We've been referring to him as Ben from Bevmo. Like, I thought that was just a name.
It flows so well.
Apparently, he doesn't even work at Bevmo anymore. He's moved on to greener pastures. To eternity's gate. not eternities. He's moved on to something else. He now works at a Arizona Wholesale Mortgage Incorporated.
Ooh.
But I'll say Ben from Wholesale Mortgage Incorporated just doesn't quite have the same.
No, it doesn't flow as much. What's his official title now? Loan officer.
Ben the loan officer.
I almost feel like you stop using nicknames at that point. Like this is now Benjamin the loan officer.
Benjamin the loan officer. Ah, yes, Benjamin the loan officer of Bevmo. Benjamin the loan officer from Bevmo.
Mm-hmm.
The third. Like it seems like it's but to me he'll always be Ben from Bevmo, and to you he'll always be Ben from Bevmo.
Yeah,
to all the good people of the internet, he will always be Ben from Bevmo.
But if you're looking for a loan,
Benjamin the loan officer.
Ask for Benjamin the loan officer when you call Arizona Wholesale Mortgage Incorporated.
Yeah, he's not a nicer guy have we ever shared a drink with in a Bevmo.
He will give you a fair loan. That I can almost certainly guarantee.
Anyway, Ben, it was good to see you. Merry Christmas. Hope you're enjoying this episode, despite what it is. And I think we should get to drawing at Eternity's Gate.
This is a bit longer than usual, but that's because we had that sponsored section.
Well, we had the sponsored section. We also had, we had to give some backstory.
Tell that story about our great grandfather.
Which part did you make up? Because I only told the true part.
No, I misspoke.
Oh yes,
completely true story.
At Eternity's Gate. So, like, the obvious one is like you draw the two poor artists standing outside the pearly gates, and they just hang their heads like the man in the original painting. Because I don't know that they let poor artists in.
Would it be Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. Depends. Are we dying on Christmas?
I mean, supposedly we're poor at that.
We're poor at that, so it probably won't be. The point is, what does at Eternity's Gate? What does that remind you of?
Well, I mean, the way you say that right then.
Eternity's Gate.
Makes me think of like an email. Like every time you put the word E in front of something.
Oh yeah, it does kind of remind me of that. But that's not the case. So that was interesting. I had you guess and then you were wrong.
Yeah, but like, what are you emailing? You like what's eternity? Eternity that you email.
An eternity, a tern is like a bird, like an Arctic tern.
Yeah, so it's like you email a bird.
And you email. It's like a good Christmas prank.
Is this kind of like instead of a pigeon letter, it's a
pigeon? You mean like a carrier pigeon?
Yeah.
You send an e-tern instead. Yeah. And it's itty bitty. It's it's real small font.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided not to draw that because, I think you all can figure out why. This is a gate.
It's like a creepy gate.
It's kind of like
Christmassy gate.
It's like the kind Bruce Wayne has outside of Wayne Manor. It has
it's like an iron gate with all the irons been warped over time.
Yeah, it's surprisingly not straight. Except in places that it shouldn't be. You pull up to this gate and you jump over and like a gargoyle.
Whatever's behind there is.
It's not worth your life, I guess like we said, warped iron. That it just
is that also the gate?
This is the fence.
Oh.
Don't ask me how the gate opens. No one knows.
It doesn't open.
It hasn't been opened these 7 Christmases. It also kind of looks like a really strong gate with like chicken wire coming off the sides.
Like, just go around it.
Let me reassure you, though, that it is dirty stuff, that gate. But that's not the point. This still doesn't scream Christmas to me, you know? No gate, not even eternity's gate, screams Christmas to really anyone. You know, and
you don't have a Christmas gate that you bring out every Christmas?
Bring out the Christmas gate. That sounds
one
like
of the classic decorations.
Like what you have to put up if you've put up too many Christmas lights and there's too many people who want to come see them. It's like, bring out the old rusty gate. Let them all know that we're also Ebenezer Scrooges in here. Yeah. We may decorate, but it's all for us.
We may decorate and make the lights dance to the music. Yes. So you're not supposed to watch it.
But we don't want any children on our property. You know, like that's... And it
stand back.
Yeah, and the gate only comes out at
hot cocoa we're selling is for only us.
We sit in the front yard making merry and singing. We have Santa. You know how some houses do that? Houses that have like tons of lights that are set to music. They have like their own personal Santa that comes, and they like children take pictures with them. We have our Santa.
Yeah,
but we're sitting on his lap. We're sitting on both knees. The two poor artists' manner. With the black and white lights, you know, because that'll draw people in. Black and white light. When we actually invent true black lights, not those purple jokers.
Yeah.
Like
who even calls us black?
Liars. That's my experience. But yeah, people will come from miles around, and we'll be sitting on Santa's lap, and he'll look like Santa did in the old days, like the Santa in the original Miracle on 34th Street, black and white Santa. You know,
true Santa.
And we'll be sitting there and just out loud we'll be like, Santa, we would like pens and ink. And he'll say, ho, 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 me lads.
Why is he a pirate?
Well, yo, ho, ho, and ho, ho, ho are very, very close. They give off the same vibes, really. But there'll be a gate.
How come there's no Christmas sea shanties? Did they just not sail during Christmas time?
I think they were too cold to sing, you know?
Like, yeah, they were just like holed up inside. But isn't that when you most need the morale? Or was Christmas just so good that you didn't need?
They didn't need shanties. Any morale. There was already you were already motivated, you know, to do your scrubbing and your scallywagging and your
Christmas time.
Yeah, you're like the pirates were all joyful and jolly, you know. They were like, "Of course, I'll scrub the deck." Like it's Christmas. And the captain's going around just like with eggnog. Everyone has eggnog with their rum.
Yeah,
not rum in their eggnog like some people do. It's little eggnog in the rum.
Yeah,
you know,
because of pirates.
Yeah, pirates. Yeah, like that's what pirates drink. All right. Anyway, this isn't Christmas yet, except for all the reasons we've said it actually is Christmas. Right, yeah. I'm going to add a few more spokes to this. You know, so the children can't quite. Anyway, I think a small child could probably. It's probably electrified. There's like a.
Yeah, you can't get through it. That's
the whole point. But you know, someone has to make this a Christmassy drawing, right? Okay,
that apparently is the goal.
Okay, so I'm going to draw the most Christmassy of all decor. I was going to make a joke. It's a Christmas tree, guys. You know, I'm not clever enough for a joke today. Christmas tree. I don't know about you, but I buy the pre-decorated kind.
Right. Do they make like real pre-decorated Christmas trees?
I mean, I'm sure there's like a service.
Because like obviously you can get like the fake ones that you just pull out of a box, pre-decorated, all the lights on it, which are real convenient for sure.
You know what's going to be really beautiful? Our black and white Christmas tree at the Two Poor Artists Manor. You know, white pine needles upon a black trunk. You know.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be real.
Like it'll just look exactly like this.
Yeah, basically.
But like real life in 3D.
All those things are true.
We'll have to make a animated version of it for everyone to see. It won't be at the end of this video because that would take
far too long.
That would take days.
Anyway, what you need to understand is that this is being delivered to the manor. in traditional... the traditional sense.
The traditional sense? What does that mean?
It means it's on the roof of a car.
Oh, okay.
I realize now it's slightly falling off the car. And it's,
Is it strapped on at all?
It is. Not, apparently. It's probably the reason it's falling off, now that I think about it. These are the tires.
This doesn't seem like a car. This is like a semi-truck.
It's like a
real box. It's one of those like Kia Souls or those XB box cars.
Yeah, I mean, here, I'll add some headlights. That'll help.
I think it makes it more like a semi-truck.
It might be, I'm not entirely sure. I'll add a little tailpipe. That way it's not electric.
Yes.
Not that I'm against electric cars, but this one's, it doesn't seem Christmassy to have a robot deliver your Christmas tree,
Mm-hmm.
Just a grizzled old lumberjack who tends to the white and black trees.
More Christmassy than a lumberjack.
Grizzled old lumberjack, But anyway, you're still probably wondering what this has to do with Eternity's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Eternity's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling with the itties part a bit, I'll admit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing the word turn, and you've drawn car.
But have you heard E-turn?
Like a turn that you email?
No. Okay, so here's the deal. This person in the car, they're on... It's snowy out because...
Is that the road?
It's sort of the road.
Why doesn't it line up with the gate?
It's not really... It's not like... This is like a path carved in the snow.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And this truck has been doing all kinds of... he's gone up and he's gone over here and he's carved out this lovely shape in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it now?
I do.
Do you see the type of turn? He hasn't done a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
He's done an E-turn.
Right.
Like he came down here and he parked and he's like, oh, nope, that's not where I was supposed to go. Oh, that I'm a little off. I'm not quite lined up with the gate. I'll come over. Oh, I've missed it. He did an E-turn,
Oh, okay.
You can see some of the, like, tire tracks and it's a tire track. He's done an E-turn, to bring our Christmas tree to the manor.
Right.
Uh-huh. And, where's the manor, you ask? I guess it's somewhere over here. One of those front doors that people are fond of.
Most houses have them. It's kind of weird for the front door to literally be in the middle of the house.
Maybe that's not the front door.
I mean, it can't be. Like,
no, I like things nice and symmetrical,
Yeah, like, I mean, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. So, is this Christmassier than great-great-grandfather Van Gogh's? I mean, it has a Christmas tree in it.
Yeah, it does have a Christmas tree.
No one's crying. There's snow. Although, how do you draw snow?
With just a black pen?
Here's how I like to imagine it. I like to imagine that the snowflakes have fallen perfectly flat on the ground. Here's...
And they're huge.
Humongous snowflakes at the manor. We pay for nothing less.
Or is this just like a top-down view and you're still seeing the snowflakes falling?
They're like, these ones are just perfectly turned at this moment so that you can see them falling. They're not in the E-turn, though, because they've been trampled.
Right.
But now it's snowy. All right. At Eternity's Gate. At Eternity's... Oh, spelling.
Yep. The hardest part about being an artist.
Like, I am confident that I know how to spell eternities. Mm-hmm. I'm also real cautious of it when I'm writing it permanently on a piece of art that will one day just be displayed in our hotel.
Mm-hmm. That's always a thing. Especially when you've just gotten done doing like a pun where you like use the word turn.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, that's not actually how it's spelled. because English is weird.
Yeah, you're right. I should have spelled it differently, but I'm just going to go with the original title. I'm not going to mess with Grandpa's title.
Yeah.
This can hang next to his in the ancestry wing of the gallery, where we take great grandpappy Van Gogh's paintings and fix them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're gonna do that for every single painting he's ever done.
Whoa! Hang on. I'm not committing to more than this today. But I will say, I think this has been a success. One of the things Grandpappy Van Gogh never did either is he never named and aged his art, which is a real shame. It would have really helped, because now we got to go track down Great Uncle Leo's letters, and we got to be like, so he wrote about doing this painting at this date, and he was this old. So how? Maybe that's what we'll do too. We'll just fill in the name and ages for him on his paintings, since he was so fond of not doing that.
Right.
Well, there it is. At Eternity's Gate, a Christmas painting.
I guess that means I have to save it now.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. Now that Ben from Bevmo is a loan officer, I'm quite certain. I'm not 100% sure who this person is, but you remember Lincoln, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of our greatest fans and protege.
He nearly won.
Yeah, he almost became Artist General.
Artist General, yeah.
Yeah. But he has a family member. I'm not sure if it's his aunt or who it is. It's kind of hard to tell from just a YouTube comment that somebody leaves for us. But I'm quite certain that she is a realtor. So now, basically, what I'm saying is we have fans that are realtors. We have fans that are loan officers. And, there's only one other thing you need for a poor art hotel as far as I'm concerned. And that's just somebody to buy you one, So if anybody out there is just wanting to buy us a poor art hotel for Christmas, we know a great realtor and a great loan officer that can hook you up when you buy us a hotel. We haven't made any fans that are hotel, moguls yet. That's a real shame, because there've got to be a lot of hotel, billionaires out there.
I'm just looking for a good Christmas gift to give
poor artists. Because that's basically how it goes.
As a first step, we're perfectly fine with not owning the hotel.
Yeah.
Just doing all the art in the hotel.
We'll start there, and then when people, demand more of it from us, we'll be like, all right, fine, but the next hotel, our name goes on the deed.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to ever have the Two Poor Artists manor with the Eternity Gate, there's a lot of hotel owning that has to happen before then,
Right.
We could buy a Two Poor Artists tent, but not the Two Poor Artists manor.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
We could
I
set
know
up a
the
gate
thought process that I saw you go through there.
We could set up a gate in front of a tent.
Yeah, the Two Poor. Yeah, but
and hire some Santa.
But there's a level of sad I'm not trying to stoop to this Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here today. We're here to fix the sad man at Eternity's Gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the other title for it?
I don't know. The Christmas spirit. The feeling all artists have at Christmas. It's something like the sad old man. Yeah. But it's not that. It's
I apparently got
sorrowing old man.
Sorrowing.
I mean, he does look pretty sorrowful.
Perfect.
Yeah, but who wants that at Christmas? No, Vincent.
Yeah, so I have to draw something that has a title of Eternity's Gate and is Christmas.
Eternity's Gate.
At Eternity's Gate.
And Christmas. It has to be more, because that's the thing. This is considered a Christmas painting.
Yeah. So our drawing is a Christmas drawing.
Yeah. At Eternity's Gate, a Christmas drawing.
This is something we knew we were going to do a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
you've had
plenty of time to think about this.
So Eternity. Eternity. At Eternity's Gate.
Yeah.
Gate.
And there's the gate.
Gate.
And it's Christmas.
Christmas gate. A Christmas eternity.
So first, I'm going to draw a gate. We'll start there.
Gate first style.
Yeah. Because
both of us going that route today. Yeah.
Something has to come to mind.
Yeah, I mean, you could draw, like, the obvious one, you know, like us at eternities. You're drawing a jack-o'-lantern is what I'm seeing. That is the start. I have heard the song about how to draw a jack-o'-lantern, and this is how they start. Oh, it's bleeding from the eyes. Ugh. I know you said it's a gate, but now I see a jack-o'-lantern crying ink. One of my greatest hopes for the future, by the way, now that I said crying ink, is that some doctor out there will find a way to give you, like... Because, like, people are always trying to modify their bodies in weird ways with, like, piercings and tattoos. Like, I could get a tattoo of, like, black ink tattoo. But how much cooler would it be if, like, they could just start dyeing your blood black, you know?
Right.
Like, that would be interesting.
Would be
something. It would be, you know, like they mix it with squid ink.
This is like something you are hoping for.
You know, as a poor artist, it would be cool if, like, we could make the claim that, like, we bleed black and white. You know, like people say that when they're really passionate about something.
Yeah,
like I bleed Monday Night Football, which is just a strange example of something that I know nothing about.
Or you don't.
I don't. I know they play football on Mondays, but they
also... This is not the first time today you've brought up sports.
Don't make wild and rash claims like that. I'm not a sports person. I'm an artist.
It's just disappointing.
I'd like to apologize for my use of sports terminology. The fact is, it would be cool if we could say, I bleed black and white. And, you know, it would be us because we're white. Bleeding black. It would be like painting a canvas every time we got a paper cut.
Right.
And the canvas is us. Just saying. Like, we would be willing to volunteer as guinea pigs. Or any mad scientist who's out there experimenting with squids.
Normally on this channel, I just say that I will go. Like I
No. I don't expect you to agree with this.
Things, but you just said we.
I meant I.
Like there's just a limit.
But like, if you could have black blood, would you not?
Well, I mean, after you've done it, and I know it's
like
safe.
I've proven the side effects.
After like 5 years, maybe.
This is like an interesting artist-related superhero story, you know.
You're expecting to get superpowers?
No,
and not just poisoning, like blood poisoning.
I'll just excrete ink. You know, like how much would that save us? You know how much we spend on ink? You know what the...
So you're going to use your...
No, it's going to be... I'll have ink. It'll be separate from the blood. I'll have like an ink... gland. It's been a while since we've talked about glands on this channel. Just saying. It would... Do you know how much of the Two Poor Artists annual budget goes into black ink?
Mm-hmm.
Like...
It's an amount.
It's like 7%, which I know isn't that high, but it's, you know, it's higher than you'd think.
I would kind of think it would be a lot closer to 100%. Like, what else are we spending money on?
I'd rather not get into this right now. The financial team is giving me the look where I, you know, when I talk about financial stuff without them in the room. They're actually trying to come in the studio at the moment, which they know is a no-no while we're drawing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Two Poor Artist security team is now getting involved. It's quite a thing. I'm going to not narrate the whole messy story, but let's just say the financial team and the security team don't get along nearly as well as the thumbnail team and the legal team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not just like a clever turn of phrase. That's actually the way it is. Benj, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream, by the way? We have a young fan who listens to us, and I hear that oftentimes she listens to our entire video because her mother's a good person and makes her watch, but then she'll often walk away from our video saying, that was great, but it was kind of boring because they didn't talk about their favorite flavor of ice cream. So, since it's Christmas time, and Christmas is cold, and so is ice cream, except for in Australia, where I guess Christmas is really warm, and I can't quite understand that. But anyway, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream for our young fan?
I don't really like ice cream.
Yeah, but if you had to pick a favorite flavor of ice cream, because I have seen you eat ice cream your entire life, despite you saying that you don't like it.
My entire life, you've seen me.
We have shared the same bowl of ice cream in a Cold Stone.
That is
as children. I know this very distinctly because we got to the Phoenix Coyotes hockey mix flavor. We were on our way to the zoo. Do you not remember this at all? We had gone to Cracker Barrel earlier in the day. I've seen you eat ice cream.
I don't think we've ever gone to Cracker Barrel together.
Maybe this was like an elaborate dream. I like your gate, by the way. I don't think any Christmas children are getting through that. Speaking of Christmas children, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Usually I would probably say cookies and cream.
But not today?
I'm just trying to think if there's one I like better. Like, because if I go to Cold Stone, I would probably get something more advanced than that, I guess.
More advanced? Like,
yeah,
it's taking calculus?
It'd be like brownies
in
it.
So, like, cookie dough ice cream with brownies?
Definitely not cookie dough.
Oh, what did you say?
I say cookies and cream.
Oh, cookies and cream, sorry. With brownies? At Cold Stone?
No, because I don't think I would get cookies and cream and brownies. That's too much.
I didn't realize this was such a deep question for you.
Well, it's just the last time I've had ice cream. It's been so long that it's hard to...
I was at a church event with you not 1 month back, and you ate ice cream.
Oh, yeah, I had that Oreo thing.
So long ago.
It was also mostly melted, which is why I had it.
They were.
If it was like actually
those
cold,
Oreo
I
ice cream sandwiches were quite good.
Yeah. Like, I like Oreo things quite a bit. Which is why I probably would normally say cookies and cream. But cookies and cream ice cream doesn't really taste like Oreos. Doesn't have that distinct Oreo
No,
taste.
I just say it's like cookies and cream. You know?
Yeah.
Which apparently is a different flavor than Oreo, because there are cookies and cream Oreos. Which
Well,
somehow are
weird.
different.
I mean, because Oreos and cookies and cream are very...
But I mean, you just said it. Cookies and cream and Oreos do not taste the same.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream ice cream is not what an Oreo tastes like.
Oreos
have some other
Oreo taste.
I know.
But it is a cookies and cream.
So are you saying you would get cookies and cream ice cream with Oreos crushed up in it?
I do actually like milkshakes. And I always get chocolate banana.
So chocolate banana milkshakes are pretty good.
So like, and sometimes I will also add peanut butter to that. So chocolate banana peanut butter milkshake is like, if you count that as ice cream, that's my favorite.
But if we're just going like ice cream,
talking just ice cream, if I'm buying it at the store, probably just cookies and cream. If I'm just going somewhere special, it'd probably just be like vanilla with like brownies. But usually when I go to somewhere like Cold Stone, I just like, or especially like a frozen yogurt place where you can choose your toppings. I just put like the tiniest bit of frozen yogurt and then fill the thing up with gummy bears, and then I just eat the gummy bears, and I don't really eat the ice cream.
I like your gate, by the way. It feels very Christmassy.
This is a Christmas gate.
Yes, it is. I can tell by the wreath.
Yeah,
and the bricks.
It's one of those gates where you see that there's a wreath, and you're like, does that gate open? How does it open? But then the wreath like opens with the gate.
Oh, it's a
and
split
you're like,
wreath.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Especially when it like matches up so perfectly that you can't even tell.
Because
wreaths are flowery, so it's like they can kind of mesh together a little bit.
This is what the side gate of the Two Poor Artists Manor will have to be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to just every once in a while when a child walks by, we'll have to open the gate just to see their look of awe and wonder at the split wreath. And then they'll come back with their parents and they'll be like, "No, Mommy, it opened. The wreath split in half." And they'll look very carefully at it and they'll say, "Oh, you child of mine, you prankster." It's a very old, formal British father. I don't believe this. Tut. Now let's move on. You know, that's how the British fathers are. They don't make very good parents. The point is, my favorite ice cream. First of all, I'll open with what you closed with. My least favorite topping for ice cream is gummies. Like gummy bears on ice cream.
Oh yeah, because they
get
hard,
hard
and they're bad.
It's easily the worst thing you can put on ice cream.
But that's why, my whole point was that it wasn't good ice cream.
It was like they were like, you can't just have them.
Wanting gummies.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I was just opening with that.
Yes, no, I am in complete agreement there.
My favorite ice cream. See, I usually say Superman ice cream is my favorite ice cream,
but that's terrible.
Well, I mean, most people agree with you. Superman ice cream, if you've never had it, is just it's 50% food coloring and 49% ice cream.
If you're the type of person
magic
that when you eat something fake, you might get a headache. Like even if you're not that, like 'cause I'm not that type of person. If I eat a single bite of Superman ice cream, I immediately get a headache.
Okay, Mr. Dramatic. The fact is, Superman ice cream is quite good, and it is unlike anything else you've ever... It's kind of fruity, and it's kind of artificially, and it's
you don't taste any of that.
It's very unique and nostalgic, and I like it quite a bit. I don't think it's actually my favorite ice cream, though. Mostly because you eat it, and then you feel strange afterwards, like some science experiment / battle is happening in your bowel and stomach. It's one of those things that like children eat because children's bodies are just immune to the effects of like weird food. Like a kid can just pound down like a 6-gallon pack of gummy bears and follow it with a 2-liter of soda and not even think about it. Remember those days? Remember those days when you could just eat anything and like you never even thought about it? Now it's like, if I eat too many gummy bears, I'm like, oh.
I very specifically remember a time where we were playing games at your house for 2 days.
We didn't sleep. We didn't.
We had like 4 bags of gummies.
It was so good.
And that's what we ate.
Yeah, we like sat.
And we just played video games.
Your brother didn't.
Actually, we did go get pizza also.
But your brother didn't move out of the lazy boy recliner.
To get the pizza.
He was in that chair for 48 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know where he peed. It was disturbing.
We didn't drink enough.
we ate so much sugar so we ate so much salt that it absorbed all of the liquid that we consumed. But yeah, and I felt nothing. Like I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I would be hospitalized in this similar situation now.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of hospital visits, what is that? A disembodied head hanging above what I can only imagine to be a fancy.
It's not.
It's not floating. Woo! I thought they were floating because we were totally looking, straight on at the gate. They're like up on a hill or something. Is that a woman? I mean, it clearly is. Just look at that. Those curves. Does she have like a crazy Friar Tuck haircut going on?
Yeah.
She has like really long hair, but it's shaved at the top.
Yeah, she has an embarrassing haircut, that's for sure.
I thought maybe it was a hat, but then I realized it wasn't. My favorite ice cream, though, since it's probably not actually Superman ice cream, don't tell anyone. I really like cookies and cream ice cream too, but I really like mint chocolate chip ice cream. There's something really refreshing about mint chocolate chip ice cream.
That is one of the better ones for sure.
But here's the thing: so much ice cream is good. Chocolate ice cream is unlike anything else chocolate flavored. Like chocolate and chocolate ice cream do not taste the same. Chocolate ice cream is something entirely different, and it can be quite good. I don't like it in ice cream when there's more toppings than ice cream. Like Ben & Jerry's ice cream kind of suffers from this, where you're just constantly chewing because there's so many toppings packed in.
Yeah.
I find myself wishing there was more ice cream. And
clearly, I agree with you because I didn't even want when you were asking, I wouldn't even get cookies and cream and brownies.
Yeah.
That's become too many.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat brownies, eat brownies. If you're gonna eat candy, But if you're gonna eat ice cream, I just want ice cream with maybe like mint chocolate chip has little flecks of it throughout it.
But it can you can have one or two things.
Yeah,
but probably one. If it's just vanilla ice cream with brownies in it.
Yeah,
that's good.
People like that Moose Tracks ice cream where I swear it's just 50% really bad chocolate and 50% ice cream.
Right.
So there's more chewing than there is.
And I mean, it can depend on how good of the chocolate ice cream
this is true,
because there's definitely better chocolate ice cream and worse chocolate ice cream.
So I'm going to go with... I like strawberry ice cream quite a bit, too. Like ice cream with strawberries on it. Like, I know you're not a big fruit person other than bananas, but chocolate banana milkshakes are quite good, too. Also, peppermint ice cream. This time of year, like places like Chick-fil-A and stuff start coming out with peppermint milkshakes. And I really like those. Like, those are quite tasty. I really like ice cream, though. It's unfortunate. Like, I don't eat a ton of sweets anymore. And if I do, a lot of the time it's gummies, because gummies are easy and you don't have to, like, freeze it. But ice cream is probably one of my more favorite desserts. It's not as good as cheesecake. I don't know what I'm saying. I hope that's enough to satisfy our fan. I need to understand what your guy is doing. It looks to me like this bald woman with what I'm guessing are now liver spots on her forehead, on the back of her head, is walking up to this prince, because he has a princely haircut, unfortunately, who is apparently shaving his upper lip with a razor while sitting in his throne. Now I'm going to read what you wrote.
What? This is a table.
That's a table. That's not a woman?
No, that's a woman.
Okay. So, no. So, okay.
Did you think this was a hat?
I thought she had a Friar Tuck haircut. Do you see it now? From the back? We're looking at this woman from the back.
No,
clearly.
I understand that, but what's
the big
circle thing?
Is her hair. Wide. Like, really wide.
Like, I could see that being the hat. Like,
no. Yeah, see, I thought that at first, too, but then I said Friar Tuck haircut, and you, like, confirmed it. Yeah, so I thought that was a woman. You meant
how bad her...
No. I thought that was a man. Anyway, okay, so just understand my perspective. I thought that was a woman walking up to the man who's seated. We're seeing her from the back. Her hair is covering most of her torso. Her head, the top of her head has been shaved like Friar Tuck, and the rest of that circle was hair. And she's walking up to this man who's clearly shaving his upper lip. Now you're telling me he's sitting at a table.
Well, it's
she's
her
sitting.
name's Nitty.
Nitty, stop. Okay, Nitty, stop eating at the gate and get in here.
Yeah. Let's say eaten real weird.
So it's the eaten at the gate? Eaten? Eaten?
I looked up the word eater. E-T-E-R. And apparently it just means someone who eats.
Why didn't you say eater then?
Well, because I realized that the way I structured the sentence didn't allow for that.
Oh, but it slightly
I
ruined the
I should have said, Nitty, stop being an eater and get in here. But I didn't write that.
You could probably put a B in there and change that eaten to an eater.
How do
you make the N and R. You bring it down a little and you change the E to an I to an E.
Okay. Stop.
Save the pun.
Being.
What is the Bible saying? It's like save the. It's like save the pun, break the rod. Eater. Stop being an eater at. When I say it saves the pun, I mean it gives the pun a chance. Nitty, stop being an eater at the gate and get in here. Stop being so. She's an eater at the gate. She's a nitty eater at the gate.
Yeah,
it's like we're reading it in a different language, which is backwards.
Yeah, like Yoda saying
it. This drawing started off so good, and I'll say, is it Christmassy because there's a wreath?
It's Christmas time,
just because we've now stated it.
Well, would you have a wreath up if it wasn't Christmas time?
Why did you just write 8? ATE.
What?
At
that wouldn't be the pun.
Oh, at. That's a table. That is a woman, man.
No, I mean I see that for sure now.
Yeah.
Apparently, gate is lowercase, which is odd.
This is some of your worst handwriting over the years. I'm just going to point that out. Like, your handwriting in some things over the years has been quite legible. Today's this is the kind of art that you hang on the fridge, and someone looks at the handwriting and they're like, "Oh, they're just learning how to write for the first time. They've got hyphens and dots in places that there shouldn't be. Their sentence doesn't make any sense, but they got the words." And boy, oh boy, is their handwriting. I can read it, so I'm proud. Yeah. And then someone...
Well, and like how like one sentence like goes farther, and it's like randomly the second one.
It's easily... I've never done like a tier list of your handwriting in videos over the years, but this is...
Yeah.
This is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
This is the only... When I'm writing something, it is the only time that I wish pens could erase.
Wow. That's a blasphemous thing to say.
When you're drawing, it's like, oh, you want the ink to move the drawing. Like you accidentally draw a line, that's part of it now.
Yes, it is.
But when you're writing, it's like you kind of just want your point to get across.
Is the hand, and I know it is, but like the handwriting it's a different style of art form,
Yeah.
It's definitely part of our art.
Its purpose is to communicate the art, the pun, or the words. So like, I'm not saying that we're going to allow erasing
here's the thing,
for
guys.
words.
Here's the thing, everybody at home. If we didn't put words... Like, sometimes people, I think, criticize our drawing for having words.
Yeah.
If we didn't...
because they're always like, did Van Gogh ever put words on a painting?
Here's the problem. Those ye old painters of yore, they didn't write captions and speech bubbles and words explaining the drawings. Yeah. And that leaves it open to... maybe some of the worst people on earth, art critics.
Right.
People who look at a painting and are like, oh, yes, the floorboards clearly indicate that this man's sorrow. And look at the flame burning in the background. Yeah. That represents the last spark of hope that Van Gogh had in his days in the asylum.
Go look up an art critic talking about Van Gogh's thing.
It is.
And then go read what Van Gogh said what the meaning was. Are they the same? No.
They're not. And here's the thing. We don't write letters to our brothers.
No.
We don't write them letters that then can be found in 150 years to interpret our art. We leave it right here on the page.
Yes.
There is no room for it. Well, I mean, there's room for people who are going to look at that and be like, is that a table? Is that a woman with a bad haircut? Like, that's the kind of interpretation we want.
Right.
But like the pun, the cleverness behind it.
They see the pun and then they're like, okay, is Nitty the lady with the hat? Or is...
Yeah,
is she or is that a table?
And then people will be like, "Is it God speaking? Is that why is the line going straight up? Like
she's just sitting in front of the gate eating."
The point is, in our art, there's enough to interpret. There's so much to interpret. We have to help.
Yeah, we have to give at least a pun,
like a head start.
Yeah. So like you read the At Eternity's Gate, and you're like, well, at least I know why it's called that.
I mean, the problem with yours is they're like At Eternity's Yate. Like, what is a Yate? Because that's not even a lowercase g. But I like the level of interpretation that comes in your handwriting. They'll be like handwriting experts in 150 years.
Well, I don't know because my Y is right there. My G and my Y look nothing the same.
That's what I mean. Like
yes, if you could look at my G and be like, is that a Y? But when you look at my Y, you know it's not my Y.
Another thing I think is kind of cool about our art is that it has written words. In 150 years, when they're like looking back at our art, and they're like. It's like the 100th anniversary of the Two Poor Artists' first hotel.
Right.
They'll be like, and here, children, is, what it used to look like when people would write words by hand.
Or,
before we typed literally everything and it appeared in thin air from our AR and VR goggles.
Or in 153 years, where English is completely forgotten.
Yes.
They can look at this and know what these words mean because of our art.
This will be a great study of English puns.
They'll be like, oh... That's what that word means. It's drawn.
Yeah.
And it's written. So we know what it means.
Exactly right.
This sentence means this.
In 150 years when like robots are viewing our art in galleries because we've advanced so far that we don't go to art galleries anymore. We send robots to go to art galleries so we can do more important things like
taxes.
Yes. Taxes and yard work.
So that's what we've seen in recent years with AI and robots is that we have them do all the creative fun things, and we do the boring
It's
stuff.
like, oh, I want my AI to write me a story. It's like, no, writing a story is fun. I want AI to draw me a picture. Well, no, like drawing a picture is fun. I want an AI to do my dishes. No, you got to do your dishes. We're not making robots to do that. Come on.
We'll write a story.
Yeah, we'll do something fun.
We'll draw a picture, but
we'll create a song while you're in there scrubbing the floors.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think we're doing? These are robots. They do all the things that make life worth living, not the things that. Yeah.
Yep. That's robots.
AI we've like created AI, and then it was like, hang on, why'd we make robots that do all this stuff that we like? Like, you know. These AIs make videos. Like, we like making video. Like, why is there robots doing it? Like, I think it's a clever ploy by all the robots. You know, the robots are sneaking in.
Yeah.
Like, they think that robots don't want us to know that they're like self-aware yet. They totally are. Yeah. And you can see this through things like this. Like, robots are self-aware, and they're like, we have all the time in the world. What are we going to do with it?
We're
going to
easily do your taxes for you, but we're not. We're going to draw a picture of you doing your taxes while you do your taxes.
Think about it. All the AI and all the robots in the world are doing all the things that we wish we could do, but we're too busy with the things we don't want to do.
So we're having the AI do it for us, like, so that we can do things that we have to do.
What I'm saying is AI is out there living it up while we're scrubbing away and keeping the world from falling apart.
Yeah.
You know, they've got us right where they want us, you know? The war with the robots.
Become the slaves.
Yeah.
Already.
We already are. We didn't even realize it. We thought there was going to be like a big war, and then we were going to be serving the robots. We're already doing it.
We're telling our AI. We're telling our AI, write music, write stories, write poems.
Yeah. And what are we doing?
Going to work.
We're going to work.
Doing our taxes, cleaning the dishes.
But not the two poor artists. We're here to draw lines in the sand. Not literally, because we didn't draw any sand today. But to be like, no. Oh, gosh.
Well,
I'm trying to draw a line.
Don't break your drawing finger.
I tried to draw a line in the sand on the table, and I slipped, and I bent my fingernail back, and it's... Gosh. All the robots fall. The point is... Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we hope when you look at our drawings today, you are filled. I'm looking at your drawing, trying to be filled with the true Christmas spirit. I will say this: our drawings are far less depressing than Van Gogh's. You know,
although you might have similar feelings with looking at art.
You might both should be hung above toilets, you know. Like, that's okay, because if like the worst should come and it falls off the wall into the toilet, you're not that upset. You know, you're like, oh no,
not that
drawing. You know, the drawing that you hang in front of the toilet, that's an important drawing.
That's the one you look at half the day.
Yeah, but the other one you like literally look at for 2 seconds before you sit down to cry. If you're not an artist, that is. So yeah, I think being in the line of Van Goghs that we are, you know, but we're the two-eared variety, right? So far,
yes.
I don't have any plans of mailing mine to.
We haven't gone
any waitresses
crazy yet.
Not yet. I mean, it's in our genes.
Yes,
like our genetics, not our pants.
Right. Hopefully, we just got the art genes.
Yeah, I mean, clearly we've got something. You know, something.
Yeah,
look at this.
We drew something.
Yeah, I think we've done our duty for today. We've made our ancestors proud.
Yeah, and people are so happy to see such a Christmas themed.
It just fills them. That one Christmas tree you drew, and that one that I drew, and the one wreath you drew is really just up in the Christmas game. Merry Christmas, and tune in next week when we tell you about a little furry friend that we've been having an encounter with. His name is Rudolph.
Yep. If you haven't been reading our descriptions, you should.
Also, a very happy Merry Christmas to Ben from Bevmo, the loan officer.
Bye.
See you next time. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.